Sami Nader is the director at the Levant Institute for Strategic Affairs. He joins us now live from Beirut. Sami, this removal of subsidies, how will this affect day-to-day life in Lebanon?
I mean, definitely the removal of the subsidy will push the prices up. That means this will put enough more pressure on the Lebanese citizen who is already seeing his purchasing power declining. However, it's not a total removal of the subsidy. The subsidy program, in fact, was wrongly dubbed subsidy in that sense. It was not supporting the poor because it was more an incentive for smugglers inside Syria, and it was draining the reserves of the central bank that is funding it. And more particularly, it was a main source for funding the political party, the dominant political parties, and consequently it was draining the reserve of the country. One major reason why the Lebanese lira were losing its value. This is why the IMF and the real reformers wanted this subsidy to be removed and to be replaced with, a poverty-fighting program, a support and assistance program, in particular cash transfer. Now the problem is that the government did not take the decision to remove the subsidy completely. I bet because he does not want to oppose or polarize those who are benefiting from this program. But this is not bearable on the long run. This is one major demand of the IMF, and this government seems keen to go to the IMF and ask for a support program, and the removal of the subsidy, the fuel subsidy, is one major condition by the IMF in order to restructure the Lebanese economic system.
So how much has Iranian oil coming in, imported by Hezbollah, helped the overall fuel situation in the country? The major remarks on this, it was more theatrical than it has a real impact on Lebanese daily life. First of all, it's a blow to the Lebanese sovereignty because it comes through the border without control of the Lebanese army or the Lebanese security forces. Then we are in the presence of a political organization that has the upper hand politically, that has the upper hand militarily, that get oil through the border inside Lebanon. It's not an open market, the energy market in Lebanon. It's regulated by the Lebanese state, and the Lebanese state was so silent, and he was seeing this organization getting the oil inside the country. Now the fear is that 3 months from now, we will be in the presence of a new cartel, because we don't want a dominant party that has the upper hand politically and militarily to control this energy market. That said, the fuel is the Lebanese people are craving for the fuel because there is a shortage, and this shortage is the consequence of the economic and financial crisis. It's not like there is a blockade over Lebanon. The fact is, because this commodity was subsidized, because the Lebanese government does not have the liquidity to buy this commodity, this is the major reason of the shortage. And in order to fix the problem, the first condition is to remove the subsidy, to open up the market, to reform it, and to fix the financial situation of the Lebanese government. So this oil getting inside Lebanon, is anything but not tackling the real problem, which is reforming the financial system. Yes, and often painful in the short term, but much better for viability in the long term. Sami, thanks so much for your analysis.